methods of measuring national income. Today I'm going to teach you about income method. Okay, we are already done with the first method of measuring national income, that is value added method. Now see here what we have to do in this income method. So to begin with, this income method is also called as distributed shared method, as well as factor payments method. Okay, so income method can be also called as distributed shared method or factor payments method. Now, in this method, we have to measure national income in terms of factor payments during an accounting year. Now see here, we are getting again this concept, factor payments. Now this one we have already discussed in my first video, and this factor payments becomes an important part of this income method. So I will be recapitulating it again in brief in this method. Okay. Now, what is this factor payments? As I said before, factor payments are the payments made by the producer to owners of factors of production for rendering their factor services, right? Now, these factor payments are in the form of rent, wages, interest, and profit. Okay. Now, this factor payments can be also called as factor income, right? Factor income are received by the household. Right? Okay, so see here, factor payments made by the producer, factor income received by the household. And this factor payment, or we can say this factor income, is nothing but rent, wages, interest, and profit. Now, household. When we are estimating national income through this method, household refers to normal resident of the country. Is that clear? Okay. When we are estimating national income using this method, household, it refers to the people. Which people? Normal resident of the country. Alright. Now see here, what we have to see in this income method is sum total. We have to see the sum total of factor incomes, which is earned by household. Okay, in other words, normal resident of the country during 1 year is nothing but, it is called as national income. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what we have to see in this income method, we have to see again the total factor incomes. Okay. So I said before also, this factor incomes are earned income. Right. And earned income are included in the estimation of national income. So this we have already discussed in my first video. Now see here, with this we have also domestic income concept, right? Now what is this domestic income and how this domestic income will become national income? Now domestic income is the sum total of factor incomes, and this factor incomes, which is nothing but rent, wages, interest, profit, it has to be generated within the domestic territory or within the economic territory of a country during 1 year, and this income can be generated by anybody here, I mean whether it is a resident or non-resident. So this is called as domestic income. Is that clear? Okay. So domestic income, how it will become national income? So if we add here NFIA, this one I have shown in my previous video. If we add NFIA, we will get national income. Right? This we have seen before. Is that clear? Okay. So now what we have to see in this method is, we have to see the total of factors income, okay, which is generated within the domestic territory of a country during 1 year. Is that clear? Okay? Okay. So this is a brief description on income method. Now I said, in this income method, this becomes very important. Factor payments. What we have to see in this method, we have to see the total factor payments, or we have to measure total factor incomes. Right? Okay. Now, we go for the classification of factor payments here, or we can say factor incomes. All right? Now, we have 3 classification of factor income. Classification of factor incomes. Right. Classification of factor income is compensation of employees. Compensation of employees. Now, what is this compensation of employees? This compensation, I said before, is a very comprehensive term. Okay. By comprehensive here, it means that it includes all kinds of facilities, or we can say benefits, which is given to employees for their work. Okay. Now we will see one by one what kind of facilities or benefits are received by the employees. First one is under compensation of employees. Employees, they get wages and salaries in cash. Okay, employees, they get wages and salaries in cash. Now what is this? Wages and salaries. It is a cash payment which is made to the employees for their work done during 1 year. Okay, that becomes wages and salaries. And this one is paid in cash. Second one, under compensation of employees, is employees are paid in kind. Okay, see here, it is cash here, and in this, it is kind. Now, what is this kind here? Kind is, we can say, benefits or facilities which are provided to the employees. By whom? Employers. We're getting two concepts here, right? One is employees. Employees refers to the worker, okay, labor, and employers are the one who is offering them job. Okay, now see here. Employees are also paid in kind. So kind here, kind are always not in cash, but these are the benefits or facilities given to the employees. Is that clear? Okay. Now let me take some examples here. Payments in kind. Say for example, rent-free accommodation, medical facilities, free medical facilities, education benefits to their children, right? So what are these? These are the benefits received by the employees. Okay, so this is payments in kind. All right. Third one is employers' contribution to social security. So, under compensation of employees, employers' contribution to social security. Now, what is this? Whose contribution? It is mentioned here, employers. Okay. Now, this is what? It's a payment which is made by employers on behalf of employees. So who is contributing here? Employers. Okay, so I said, see here, employers are making payments on behalf of employees. For what? For employees' social security. For this purpose, employers are contributing something on behalf of employees. Now, to make it more clear, I'll take up one example. Okay. What is this? This is Provident Fund. Okay. Now, what is this Provident Fund? This is an amount of money. It is a money consisting of regular payments. Okay. Payments are made on regular basis by whom? By two people. One is employees themselves and another one is employer on behalf of employees. Now, I'll give you one very simple example of this. I'll take my own example here. I am a salaried person, right? I get salary. And from this salary, I will be, say for example, making payment of 10%. Or I will say, from the total salary of mine, I will be contributing 10% towards it. So I'm the employees here, right? Now, like me, on behalf of me, or we can say for me, employers will also contribute the same amount, that is 10%. They will also contribute the same 10% towards this. Is that clear? On regular basis. Alright? Now actually what we are doing here is, we are saving money. Okay? From my side, I'm also saving, that is 10% of my salary, as well as employers are also contributing on behalf of me. Now, this saved money, or we can say this saved fund, is given to the employees only after their retirement. So that means what? I'll get this money, that is 10% of mine, as well as 10% contributed by employers, and the total saved money, this I will get only after my retirement. Okay. Now this is given usually to take care of their post-retirement needs. Or we can say for future security purpose. Is that clear? Okay. So PF is an example of employer's contribution to social security. Then we have pension on retirement. Pension on retirement. Now what is this? After retirement from the work, employees will get wages, right? This pension is what? Wages for their work done prior to their retirement. Is that clear? Okay. Now, under this one, we have to observe these two things. First one is we have old age pension. Okay. Another one is retirement pension. Now, we will see what is the difference between these two and which one is included in national income. What is this now? Old age pension. For elderly people, they get some kind of money, right? That is called as old age pension. Now, this old age pension is nothing but it is transfer income. Now, what is this transfer income? This transfer income can be also called as unilateral income. Okay, this is one-sided payments. Now, I said before, transfer incomes are unearned income. Right. Whereas retirement pension is what? It is an earned income. It will come under earned income. Right. So now see here, old age pensions is an example of transfer income. Retirement pension will come under earned income. So this is earned income, this is unearned income. Now in the estimation of national income, I've said before that only earned income will be included, not the unearned income. Is that clear? Okay. So this one, in board exams, they are asking it for 1 marks. Okay. Okay. Now see here. The first classification of factor incomes is compensation of employees. So I said compensation is a comprehensive term, which means it includes not only wages. Remember, in my previous videos, I have given example of wages only, right? So comprehensive here means it includes not only wages, but these are the facilities. These are the benefits which is given to employees for their work, for their services. Okay? Okay. Then, second classification of factor income is operating surplus. It is operating surplus. Now, what is this operating surplus? This is an income from property and entrepreneurship. Property and entrepreneurship. Okay, what is this operating surplus? Operating surplus is the income which is earned from property and entrepreneurship. Now, this operating surplus comprises of, or we can say, income which is earned from property and entrepreneurship is in the form of, first one is rent and royalty, interest, and then profits. Operating surplus comprises of income which is in the form of rent and royalty, interest, and profits. Okay. Now, see here, what is this rent? This rent is from land. Okay, land, rent. Then, what is this? Royalty. Royalty is a payment which is made to the owners for the ongoing use of their assets or property. Is that clear? Okay, so that is called as royalty. So we will put up together these two. Okay, rent and royalty. Then comes interest. Then we have profits. Profits are of three types. The first one is distributed or dividends. Second one is we have corporate profit tax. And the third one is undistributed profits. Okay, so see here, profits are of three types: distributed profits or dividends, corporate profit tax or undistributed profits, which we can also call it as corporate saving. All right. Now, the first one is distributed profits. So, what is this distributed profits? So, as this word says, profits are distributed among the shareholders is called as distributed profits. Second one is corporate profit tax. Say for example, if a company or corporate earns profit, okay, so they have to pay tax to the government, and this is called as corporate profit tax. And the third one will be undistributed profits. Now, in this corporate, or we can say companies, they will not distribute the profits. What they will do is they will save it, okay, for future purpose. So this will be called as undistributed profits or corporate savings. Right. Now see here, what is this operating surplus? Operating surplus is the income which we get from property and entrepreneurship. Okay. So, which is in the form of rent and royalty, interest and profits. Is that clear? Okay.